Hey photographers, here is this week's feedback critique. So I've already just kind of saved all of your work as, so we can view the PDF file. And I guess I didn't go back to the beginning. Yep, I have looked through Michael's. So this looks great. If it were me, I probably would put the actual month, day, and year. Just, I don't know, more professional. Okay, so okay, personal choice. Michael, you had mentioned that you were giving a name to your personal choice. So I would add that when you do your website, because we all like the name. And this picture is outstanding. I absolutely love the natural look of this pose. It's so awesome. It really is great. And I like that he is the main character in your series. So almost like he should have a name. Or I guess he could be anonymous, Okay, very cool. I love this one. It's so edgy, like it's just great. And this one I like too. I kind of missed some of the mushroom pictures. I think that could have added something a little extra. But I get your color story with these two. They work well together. Okay, and here's your portraits. And I love these. So cute, so pretty. Beautiful, beautiful lighting. I think I would have included, and you don't have to have just 3. You can always add more. I think I would have included some of the couple together, because maybe someone who's viewing your site, if you want to put that out there that you do portraits, they're going to want to see like more, of a variety of what you can do. So I would definitely do that. Add more. And plus all 3 of these are facing the same direction, did you notice? But it is all toward the light, so they're all beautiful. I would just add the couple. And then landscape, I remember this one. It's great. And this one is so like, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like banal is something they use in photography and art a lot. The art of the banal. So it's like things that are very plain, and how interesting that can be in itself. So it's very calming, and yeah, I love that. I love Your Perfect Horizon too, I gotta say. Okay, this one I like too. Not a huge fan of the fence, but I'm okay with it. Still life. Okay, this is great. I just want you to fix that background. Remember how to do select up at the top of Photoshop, select subject, and then inverse, select inverse. And then you can just get rid of that background, because it's not making your story believable. It's like a hint that, oh, this is a mannequin, I get it, No, that's not what we want. We want it to look like a real character in a story, as you've done in the others. Okay, this one is one of my favorites ever, and it's outstanding. And this one, I don't think you need to do any work on. I absolutely love these shadows. Phenomenal. Okay, and that's the end for Michael. So Michael just has some very tiny things to do. Also, I wanted to mention that I would like you all to, when you start working on your website, make sure you add some about information. So about me. You could even say that you've taken a photography class, and what your favorite thing is to do, and, you know, sell yourself a little bit, and how to reach you, you know, whether you want it to be through your social media or by email, you know, whatever you're comfortable sharing. I think that's an important part of making your website. Number one, it makes it feel, gosh, my brain is just gone after a full day of school. It makes it feel official, you know. Okay. All right, so that was Michael. Next, we're going to just go to Caden. I don't know if this is in order. I just, you know. Okay. So Caden, your personal choice. If you want to give that a title, that might be fun. Because others might not know, looking at your website, that personal choice was just the name of our assignment. So, yeah, I would probably give it a name. Okay, I love this picture, love the colors. Everything about it is great. I love the little water droplets. And it's interesting as well. It's interesting because, you know, you have this area of really bright light focus, you know. Normally I would say don't use flash ever. But in this case it's an interesting photo, and I like it. Okay, here, this is just such a great shot of your brother. I love it. The color, everything. It's great. And there you are. This is a great self-portrait. Yeah, very nice. You look like you got just a little touch of attitude, you know. No, I'm just kidding. It is great. But yeah. Okay. And self-portraits. So you've got some good ones here. That's very nice. So if you wanted to do portraits, same goes for you as with Michael. You know, if you want to offer that up on your website. See, this is just lovely. Just lovely. So I know that this is a self-portrait. You could put that as the title of the work, but honestly, portraits. This is an excellent example of a portrait, you know, something that you could do for someone else. You know, you could even like charge money. And I saw this in your raw files, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. It makes you look so tall, and the colors really pop. They're gorgeous. Yeah, I love this edition. I really like the composition. Yeah, it's a keeper. Okay, landscape. All right, here's where we run into our first problem. I would like to see this landscape straightened. And if you're working with Photoshop, I can't remember. All you have to do is click on the crop tool, and then up at the top you have your little straighten tool. You click on that. You drag a line from one side of the image to the other, like this. You know, here it's showing this rectangle, but it's just like you drag that line like that, and it's going to automatically fix it. So we'll get rid of the box. But yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be better. And then these will be more of a diagonal. No, actually they'll be a little straighter. But I still think you need to fix it. This one's perfect, just perfect. Lovely. And this one I think you have a little bit of straightening to do. So I would definitely do those little fixes before you do your website. Isn't that crazy how it keeps telling me what the picture is? Description automatically generated. You know what that is? That is the new law that people who are deaf, need to be allowed to have a description that automatically, if they go mouse over a picture, there should be a description. That's cool. So it's accommodating. And here we have your portraits. Okay, this is nice. It's kind of moody. I like the he's almost in silhouette, yet we can see the color. We can see his features really well. Yeah, I like this one. It's nice. And he's very thoughtful, like contemplative. And obviously he's at, you know, what do you call this? The bench? No, what's it called? I'm terrible with baseball. I haven't watched it since I had my firstborn. And he's 30-ish. Okay. And this one is a great one as well. I love this composition. I even love this little patch of light here. I love the reflection on the pond. I probably said all this already because this is just who I am. But yep, great one. Great portrait. And this one's adorable too. I might work on the shadows a little bit and try and recover a little bit of that. But I really do like the highlight, and I don't think it would hurt the picture at all. And if you would like me to do a tutorial for you, Caden, how to bring those shadows up a little, I can do that. Just let me know. Okay, and that's it for Caden. Now we've got Dylan. You can tell I looked at Dylan's. Okay, so Dylan. Okay, this looks great. I love being called professor. I'll take that any day of the week. I still am an adjunct, but I'm working toward it. You know, I have the education necessary. I just have to get the job. Okay, so Dylan, your personal choice is landscape. Not surprised. Of course, this one has to go because we have to have all your pictures to be from this class. And I can understand why it appeals to you. You know, it's gorgeous color and memories. And I believe this one is from here. And I find this tree very interesting. I like the rule of thirds in use here. I love how this really cool branch kind of leads our eye. So it's like leading lines. Very nicely composed. And the color's interesting too. The bark is kind of a green-gray, which is one of my favorite colors. So I like that you kind of downplayed the color a little. Okay, I love these reflections. And you have to kind of look twice to say, oh, is that a gator? Us Southerners, right? Okay, here's your portraits. This is just so adorable. I wish that she wasn't blurry. You know, it's like the focus is just beyond her face. Because I can see the focus on her arms and legs. That looks clear. But her face is a little bit soft. So that's something that photographers are going to point out. But, you know, I still love it. I think it's delightful. She looks like such a fun person to be with. And this is so pretty too. I really like the light, the color story, the light in the background. Feels Christmassy though. Gotta make sure all your pictures are from the class. I haven't checked the info on this one, but I will do that for the website. Okay, and this one, again, such great attitude. But do you see what I'm saying about the focus being beyond your subject? So if it's a portrait, you want the portrait, the focus to be on the person that you're, just move me out of the way here, the person that you're photographing. Okay, do you understand what I mean there? Yeah, I don't think it would be hard to do a reshoot with her. Hopefully you guys are still either together or friends. And it would be easy for you. Okay, food photography. I'm so happy about this little orange, or I guess it's probably like a tangelo, or there's so many different citrus names. But Honeybell, you know, that's really cute. I love the light, you know, and I love that it's backlit. You've got this little backlighting thing going on here. And that is one of those things for food photography that people really like. And your blurred background, lovely. Okay, this one I remember, very successful photo from your basket of fruit. Love it. Not quite sold on the cookie. I mean, it does look good, but I don't understand what's behind it. So this background information is a little bit confusing to me. So I think I would take another one for your food photo. I think you can do a little better. I mean, those may be desserts. I just don't know. You know? You want to make it clear and delicious. Appears, you know, juicy, fresh, you know, beautiful, mouth-watering. And the cookie itself is good, but background. Okay, product. Okay, now this is where we get into some tricky stuff. I really like this picture. I think this would work well for like an antique photo, an antique-y looking, you know, I want to sell this. I guess it's like an old cooler, maybe? Or is it an advertisement? I don't know. But I like the location, you know, with the spider webs and everything. Yeah, I think it's a cool composition, interesting. I don't know about product. Yeah, normally a product, and like I said, unless you were doing resale, which it could count for that. I'll give it to you. Okay, this is another, like this, I think this is a perfume bottle, maybe? An old perfume bottle. Love the photo. The photo is really, really pretty. I love all this gorgeous bokeh in the background. I might actually straighten the photo, you know, just drag that little straighten line. Remember, that's in the crop tool. And then you would put it how you wanted to straighten it. So you'd actually have to go like a little bit diagonal. Okay, there it is. But gorgeous. Love it. This photo, there's things I like about it, things I don't. It looks a little unappetizing in this area. I think if your cake were just a single fresh cake, that would probably be better. And, you know, just the focus on that. Because, I don't know if you see what I mean, like, it's got a really narrow field of focus. Like these two pies right here are really nice and focused. And I love how you can see all of the, you know, decoration. And I really like the blue or purple light, whatever is on this. So, I mean, I don't mind it. So let's just leave it with that. Okay, so got a little bit of fixing up to do there, Dylan. And just make sure everything, because I have to check all the file info, make sure everything is from this course. Okay? All right. And next is Michaela. Okay, Michaela. I noticed something right away. I noticed that you did an interesting font. That is, you know, it's very bold, it catches your attention, and that kind of information can work in your website as well. So, you know, you could use any font that's easily readable, but it might mean something. Like every kind of font has a little bit of meaning to it. So this just feels like strong and bold, yet it's not going too far. I mean, I can get into text, like graphic design with you pretty much all day, but this stood out to me right away. Okay, personal choice is your portraits. This one, I gotta still say, needs to be straightened. And then I like your shadows. I'm sad that we're going to miss a little bit of sky, but I feel like it's necessary. Because you want to show your skills as a photographer, skills as an editor, so you want to make sure that your photos are good to a photographer's eye, not just a beginning photographer's eye. Do you see what I mean? And this is lovely, beautiful, beautiful. And again, really cute. It's so nice how this little rooftop frames her, and how the reds kind of all stand out and bring the whole thing together. It's very cute. Okay, still live. And then we've got your little guy story. And then this little guy. I think for the third image, I might shoot something different because you don't want it to be monotonous. We've got this guy and then this guy, and then you want to kind of expand on it rather than just continue with more of the same. I hope that makes sense. What does it say this is? I love to see when it says something. A picture containing indoor bed toy doll. Good job. Portraits. Okay, I love this one. Very cute. I like the composition. And it's funny that there's a little bit of a tractor, a little bit of a dolly. So a little extra interesting information. Very good. And then, we've got the repeating circles. Okay, love this one too. And I'm so glad you included this picture. This picture is excellent. It's really excellent. I hope he's not getting a big head by me talking about it. Because you're the photographer. Just tell him that. Okay, landscape. This is pretty. The colors are pretty. I like the silhouette. I like this little wisp of a branch over here. And I love this picture. It's like the golden light has come down upon this tree. Ah! And this one, I don't know if it's different enough from the last. This is definitely the better picture. So I don't know if you'd want to shoot another landscape picture. Maybe. Just to show different scenes. Okay, food. Love that little sizzle you got going on there. That looks delicious. And a little bit of smoke and steam. And the rice is great. The only thing is, I don't understand why you changed the size of this image. Because they used to be the same aspect ratio, which is like ground, kitchenware, eaten, pan. Which means, the same width and the same height, it should be the same for every picture in a series. And these would feel like a series to me. And even this, I think I would crop it in closer. Just because, the styrofoam, unless you're trying to sell the meal for the store, for their website, but I still think it would look better without the styrofoam. I would crop that out and just get right in there. Let's see if I can put a rectangle around it without selecting the whole thing. Yeah, do you see what I mean? That looks yummy. And it doesn't feel like, you know, inexpensive anymore. It feels, you know, could be high end. All right, and that's excellent job by Michaela. Just a few little things to change. Okay, and last one is Kaverion. Okay, Kaverion. I think I'm down a little bit here. Oh yeah, I love this font. That is so cool. It almost goes with your name. You know, it feels a little Western, like a outlaw from, you know, I don't know, the Old West. Yeah, it really stands out. So if I feel like, you know, once you've chosen a font for your website, that's like part of your identity, part of your logo. So if you were to make business cards or you know, like maybe you have an image on your social media that has your name and what you call your photography. Usually it's a person's name photography. Like mine is Christina Edmonds Photography. And that's just, you know, it works because it covers everything. And you don't have to have a cutesy little name. Although Outlaw Photography, that might be good. People might get a certain, you know, feeling about it. Okay, Personal Choice Nature Walk. All right, this is a pretty image. I like the brightness of the colors. And this one is so interesting to me. It's almost, it feels a little bit otherworldly because the colors are not realistic. If you know what I mean, like, the ground is kind of like yellows and the rocks are like, I don't even know what to call them. They almost look like, you know, marbleized, like a good steak. And even the shoreline here, it's really got a lot of yellow to it. And the grass here. So it's like, it's a little bit otherworldly, which I like. I think it's a great composition, so good inclusion. And yes, I always like this one too. It's interesting. I like the colors. I like the repeating trees. Very well done. And even though all the trees are leaning, your horizon is straight. So you got to go with one or the other. I like horizon. Okay, now here I think you're going to run into trouble. Photoshop manipulation, which would be great, Kaverion, if you showed like a before and after, because with this it feels like too much, and I honestly don't know if you took this picture from somewhere else, because if it's Chris Brown, right, isn't he like a famous guy? So you couldn't really show this, which is an advertisement for his show, even if you took this picture, even if you photoshopped this picture, even if you created it on your own. You have to have permission. Yeah, I mean, that's something we can discuss if you'd like, because I don't know really what the story is behind it. This one is a definite you can't do, because these characters are copyrighted. So even if you put all these scenes together and put this in the front, which looks amazing and awesome, it's still copyrighted characters, which we can't use. They would have had to have been created by you. And then we've got the same kind of problem here with Brother Bear. That's, you know, Disney property, so can't use that. And now I'm kind of wondering, I mean, I love this picture. Love it. It's excellent. But now that I look at it, I wonder, is this an actor that I know? Because you got to be kind of careful about those things. If it's just like a random guy that you found, you know, that's fine. but using someone else's photograph, someone else's photograph, do you see where I'm getting? That's a little on the dangerous side, because you don't want to get sued. And I don't want to get sued. And we don't want Wallace to get sued. They'd be mad at us. Okay, fun with food. Love those onions. This beautiful picture. I love the shine, reflection. I almost feel like I want to take that top part out and just make it about the onions. You see what I mean? I think I would crop that and make it about the onions, because that looks more skillful. We gotta get those reflections in though. And also think about your aspect ratio. What is the dimensions of your the shot that's most important? Is it like, I don't know. I always do 8:12 because that is the ratio that my camera naturally takes. So I always save everything 8:12, and so everything has the same aspect ratio. But that's a thought. And I like the spinach close up. There's a little bit of a noisy edge here, so that's easy to just crop out. I hope you see what I mean. Just like a little bit of a ragged edge. That would be nothing, just crop it out. And the cookies look much better cropped in close as well. I want one of those. So that's successful. You could experiment with like warming it up a little bit, increasing maybe yellow or red. That might make it look even tastier. And your portraits. This guy, I just love him so much. I love his message. But I'm seeing that weird glow halo here. So I think this is going to have to be a reshoot. And I think we talked a little bit yesterday about just go ahead and turn in what you have. And then you might have some reshooting to do for the website. Okay, so as adorable as this is, if you have the original file without editing, I would use that. And oh gosh, I love this child. This child is gorgeous. The lighting is just exquisite. It's beautiful. Some people might think it's a little bit on the orange or red side, but I think to me that feels like a stylistic choice, and I like it. And these ladies are very cute in the kitchen, so this is a nice shot. I wonder about your background blur. I'm going to have to look at that, and also your aspect ratio. So I wonder if this is a new picture and you were experimenting with blurring the background, because it does look clean. It does look really good. And same here. These beautiful ladies. I hope that this is from the time of our class, because this looks like a artifact of, Christmas time. So if so, and remember I have to check all the file info. So if it is an older image, we'll just either leave it out or take a new one. Okay. I hope that helps everyone, and so far so good. All right, good week. Bye.